Okay, today we'll be focusing on breathing. We've said from the beginning that breathing is a very important part of yoga. And in the classes we run, which we adapt from the Shivananda system, we always have the initial relaxation, then the Pranayama segment before we go to the asana. But we just give these instructions, say, okay, hold your nose, breathe in, breathe out. But let's spend some time on actually learning how to do those breathing exercises, the two that we do, which are the most common ones in the yoga classes. But let's start as usual with the relaxation. So lie on your back for the initial relaxation before we get to the breathing segment. Lie on your back, your feet a comfortable distance apart, your palms facing the ceiling a comfortable distance from the body, and your eyes gently closed. As we scan the body, we want to travel through the body, relaxing all the muscles, and then we'll focus on the breathing to bring our mind centered on what we're about to do now. So let's start the journey from the toes. Focus completely on the toes. Nothing else matters except our toes. Then move the attention from the toes over the feet to the ankles. Then up the legs towards the knees. When you get to the knees, check that the sides and the back of the knees are also relaxed. And then start moving your attention up the thighs. Check the hips, check the buttocks, check the pelvis, and then put your attention on the lower abdomen, and from there move up over the tummy to the upper abdomen. Then bring it to the navel, and from there wrap around to the lower back and close in to the middle from both sides. Then take it to the tip of the tailbone. From there move up the spine, through the middle back. We get to the upper back and focus on the shoulder blades. Move sideways into the armpits, come down the sides, then up the rib cage to the chest, closing in from both sides to the middle. Come to the point between the breasts and move sideways onto the breasts. Then up to the shoulders. Down the upper arms to the elbows. Down the lower arms to the wrists. Over the palms to the fingers. To the tips of the fingers and then the back of the hands. Over the wrists, elbows and shoulders to the back of the neck. Wrap around to the throat from both sides. Over the chin, the jaws and the lips to the cheeks, and you explore the face. Come to the tip of the nose, then over the bridge of the nose to the eyes. And you check the eyeballs, the eyelids, the eyebrows, and then we'll come to the forehead and to the top of the head. The body is now totally relaxed. Take the attention now to the breathing. Focus on the breathing and become aware of the breathing by focusing on the contact of each breath with the lining of the nostrils. Become aware of the contact. Whenever you breathe in, feel that make contact with the nostrils. And as you breathe out, feel that contact again with the nostrils. And notice a slight pause between the out breath and the next in breath. Also notice a slight pause between the in breath and the next out breath. And as you focus on the breathing, you notice the breathing becomes relaxed and calm. And the breathing takes the mind with it when it calms down, and the mind becomes relaxed and calm. Now that the mind is calm, let's prepare for this session by taking one of the sessions, one of the asanas you feel comfortable with, and see it in your mind. See yourself performing that asana. Go through it in your mind's eye. And now we are ready to start. Bring your feet together. Stretch your hands over your head on the mat and give your body a long stretch. Bend your knees into your chest and wrap your arms around the knees. And roll from side to side, giving your lower back a gentle massage. And then rock front and back, rock your feet to the mat and your back onto the mat again. Rock a few times and rock up to a sitting position for pranayama. As I said at the beginning, we're going to focus on learning how to do the breathing exercises. We're going to practice them. So that means that we may take longer in the pranayama segment today, which will then shorten the asana segment. Now for pranayama, the first assignment I normally give, which I don't think I gave in these classes, try and pay attention to your breathing. Just observe the natural flow of breathing. Just follow that flow of breathing. But before we come to that again, let's think of our sitting position. If you can sit on the mat with your legs crossed, do so, and it helps you to cross the legs if you sit on a slight cushion. Notice I have mine here. It makes it easier for you to sit without the knees hanging up and bothering you. If you cannot sit on the mat, cross-legged comfortably, sit on a chair, straight chair. Do not lean on the chair. Instead, sit upright. The spine is erect but not rigid. The feet are flat on the floor and the palms are resting lightly on the thighs. The chin is relaxed, the neck is relaxed. For me, I prefer to sit on the mat, so let me go back to the mat and then we'll continue there. Now, I was saying that usually we try to tell people to pay attention to the breathing. Just observe the flow of the breathing in and out. Even when you're walking on your desk, anytime you remember, just see whatever you're doing, see if you can observe the flow of the breathing and how they are flowing. And you will notice that most of the time we breathe very shallow. We use only the upper part of the lungs. So the lower part have some stale air that has not exchanged for some time. Depending on how shallow one breathes, some of them may have been there for days or even weeks. So in pranayama, we try to breathe consciously and try to exchange as much of the air as possible. Pranayama is really about controlling the breathing process. Breathing normally occurs naturally. We don't do anything for it to happen. It happens naturally, and when it stops happening, we go to a new address number 6 down below. But as long as we are alive, it's happening. So why do we need to control it? In pranayama, we learn to control it so that we will make the maximum use of the air we breathe. And by controlling the breath, or the breathing process, it also helps us to control the mind. It makes us to remain calm, depending on which exercise. There are many of them. And the two we're going to introduce, the two we normally do every day, but we want to revise them, let me say revision rather than introducing, because we've been doing them, is Kapalabhati and Anuloma Viloma. Kapalabhati is a cleansing breath that tries to clean that stained air in the lower part of the lung, try to force as much of it as possible to have the lungs clean with new air. It also enhances the absorption of oxygen by the lining of the lungs, where the oxygen exchange takes place, and also the expulsion of carbon dioxide. But to start with, first of all, close your eyes, check that your spine is erect but not rigid, shake your shoulders, and make sure you are relaxed. Close your eyes initially, and just observe the movement of the abdomen with the breathing. So you're observing the breathing, don't do anything, just observe it. Now what we like to see is that when we breathe in, the abdomen should be expanding. This is because when you breathe in and you push into the lungs, it will push the diaphragm down. And when you push the diaphragm down, it pushes into the abdominal cavity and pushes the abdomen out, the tummy out. And when we breathe out and draw and try to squeeze air out of the lungs, we draw the diaphragm up to help reduce the space in the thoracic cavity. And when you draw the diaphragm in, it draws the tummy in also. So let's see if that is happening by just observing the flow of the breathing and the abdomen. See if it's expanding when you breathe in and contracting when you breathe out. If it's not happening naturally, then gradually try to get it to be synchronized with the breathing. So when you breathe in, let it push out. When you breathe out, let it push in. If you ask doctors, they tell you that when they tell people to breathe in deeply, they tend to draw in the abdomen when they breathe in deeply, which is wrong. When you breathe in deeply, the tummy should push out. And then when you breathe out, you should go in. Okay. Now we've got that happening. Okay. Now the next thing we want to do is to try to slow down breathing. Try to feel the lungs when you breathe in. Without making too much effort, can you try to extend the time it takes to fill the lungs? And that's it. Extend the time it takes to fill the lungs, and then start breathing out with control. Also extend the time it takes to exhale completely. And when you exhale completely, try to draw in the tummy so it helps you to push out the last molecule of air that you can push out. And then start breathing in again. Don't hold out so that you have to breathe in a rush. No, control it. So you want to breathe in, draw in slowly, extend the time it takes to fill the lungs, and let it fill up completely. And then start exhaling again, control it, and extend the time it takes to empty completely. And as you empty, pull the tummy in so the diaphragm goes up to help compress and squeeze the lungs out. Then start breathing in again, slowing down, extending the time it takes to fill up, and trying to fill it up without any jerky movement. And again, start going out slowly. Okay, start going in. Start going out. Now check that when you breathe out, the tummy is pulled in to help squeeze the lungs and push out the air. When you breathe in, relax the tummy and expand fully. Breathe out again. controlled, exhaling, exhaling, exhaling. Pull the tummy in, and then start breathing in. Control it, no rush, but expand the tummy continuously until it's fully extended. Then in again, or out again this time. Good. Now let's come to Kapalabhati. We've been doing it before. We say that when we exhale, we want to draw the tummy in to help us push the diaphragm up and squeeze the lungs. Now imagine, instead of doing it slowly, if we do it suddenly. Okay, try that, just do suddenly. The same thing we're doing when we exhale the tongue, but let's do it suddenly. Exhalation, not inhalation, just exhale suddenly. Put the tummy in very fast and use it to push the diaphragm in and the air out. And you hear that sound. Try again. Okay, so let's do that. Exhale and relax the tummy and let it go in by itself. And then exhale again, relax. It's not, no, we don't want to inhale suddenly. We want to exhale suddenly, relax and let it go in by itself. Exhale suddenly, relax and let it go in by itself. Okay, try again. Exhale and then relax and let it go in. Exhale, relax, let it go in. Exhale, relax, let it go in. Exhale, relax, let it go in. Exhale, let it go in. Exhale. Okay. So you see, if you do that, every time you exhale suddenly, you're churning the air in the lungs, forcing the ones at the lower part that are not exhaled to come to the surface and be exhaled suddenly. So by the time you do it several rounds, you find that you've cleaned out many of the stale air that has been there for some days or for some people weeks or even months, thereby allowing you to have fresh oxygen and energized. So that's why Kapalabhati is a cleansing breath. It cleans the lungs, but also cleans the whole body, because once you clean the lungs, it then allows you to have fresh oxygen, clean out the carbon dioxide in the body. So it's actually classified as one of the cleansing exercises in yoga, but we're doing it as a pranayama. So let's do it now. Normally, before we continue, we do it, depending on your ability or how long you've been practicing it, we'll do one round is exhale, relax, inhale, exhale, relax, inhale. That's one round. We'll do several rounds. You can do, we normally start with 40 for the first one, then the second round set is 50, the other one is 60. In a standard class, we do 60, 70, 80, but in this one, we've been doing 40, 50, 60. But even though we say we're doing 40, remember the first important rule: listen to your body. If you find that doing 40, you start being dizzy or being hyperventilated, stop somewhere and relax your breathing. You have to listen to your body. Kapalabhati sometimes makes people hyperventilate. So if you find that happening to you, then stop. And also, people who have very high blood pressure, don't know what very high is, maybe up to 150 or 140 something would be considered very high. It's advised that they don't do many rounds, just do a few. With practice, you can then increase the number of rounds, but you want to listen to your body. If you start feeling dizzy anytime, then stop at that point. And usually because we've exhaled so much, clean out the carbon dioxide, the body may end up with less carbon dioxide than is normal. Even though we don't like carbon dioxide in the body, there's a certain amount that the body has to be in the blood system. So by repeated rounds of Kapalabhati, you may end up with more oxygen. But the good thing is that the body corrects itself. The body always adjusts. So to help it adjust, after that set of expulsions, we hold the breath for about 30 seconds before we start the next round. That allows us to force carbon dioxide to be produced, allowing the body to adjust again and come back to the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the blood system. Okay, so let's start Kapalabhati. Okay, to start, first of all, inhale, deeply and expand the tummy. That's preparing us. Exhale completely. Pull the tummy in as you exhale. Now inhale again and exhale. Now we're going to start a round where we'll be exhaling suddenly. Let the inhalation take care of itself when we start. So exhale, relax, and not exhale, inhale, but exhale, relax, exhale, relax. The air will rush in by itself. Okay, ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Inhale deeply, expand the tummy. Exhale completely and contract. Inhale again deeply, expand fully. Exhale and contract. Now inhale, fill the tummy comfortably. And now we'll come to that part where we retain the breath, allowing the body to balance that oxygen carbon dioxide ratios in the body. Focus attention at the point between the eyebrows or at the point between the breast and hold it for about 30 seconds. But if you get tired holding, please feel free to release if you can't hold longer than up to that time. And exhale. Good, that is one round. We've done one set. We did 30 expulsions in that one. So let's try again. This time we're going to do 40. Remember, it's exhale suddenly, use the tummy to push out, then relax and let the inhalation take care of itself. You exhale again. You notice that I started slowly and then we increase the speed and then we slow down towards the end again. So let's start round 2 first. Inhale deeply, expand. Exhale completely, contract. Inhale again, expand fully. Exhale and contract. Inhale gently and start. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Inhale deeply again, fill the lungs completely and expand the tummy. Exhale completely and pull the lungs, the tummy in. Inhale again, expand fully. Exhale and contract. Inhale, feel comfortably without squeezing. Hold the breath to allow the body to balance the oxygen and carbon dioxide in the body by itself. Close the eyes and focus at the point between the eyebrows or the point between the breast. 30 seconds. And exhale. Good. That was the second round. We'll do one more round. This time we're going to do 50. We did 30, 40, and now we're going to do 50. Okay, so start again by inhaling deeply, expanding the tummy. Exhale completely and contract the tummy. Inhale again, expand. Exhale and contract. Now inhale gently. And let's start. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 2. Inhale deeply and expand the tummy fully. Exhale completely and contract the tummy. Inhale again, expand fully. Exhale and contract. Inhale, feel comfortably without squeezing. Close the eyes and hold the breath again to allow the body to balance oxygen and carbon dioxide naturally. And exhale. Good. Return your breathing to normal. Good. This is Kapalabhati. And if you practice on your own, try to keep to these ratios we are doing. With practice, you'll be able to extend to longer sets. And it's one of the very important cleansing exercises in yoga. And it's usually done at the beginning before the other pranayama, because it cleanses the lungs and it makes it easier for you to hold longer if you're doing breathing exercises that require holding the breath. So that's why it's always done at the beginning before the other ones. Okay, now the second one, Anuloma, Viloma. Now that's the one where we inhale alternately through the left first and then right nostrils. We inhale. Now, we've practiced at the beginning trying to slow down the inhalation and exhalation to control it. We did that by drawing in until it's full, then we start exhaling until it's empty. Now, we now want to do it. The ratio is that we inhale for a count of 4, we hold for a count of 16, and we exhale to a count of 8. So we want to control the rate at inhalation and exhalation. When you become more used to it, you can stretch the length it takes to inhale and exhale, but always in the ratio of 1, 4, 2. For beginners, we try to do just 1, 1, 1 or 1, 1, inhaling, but you've been doing it for some time. It's a kind of revision to make sure we come back to the normal ratios. So we stick with the 1, 4, 2 ratio. So for that, we want to be able to close the right nostril when we want and close the left when we want. And usually, because most people are right-handed, for some other reason, we use the right hand. But if you cannot use the right hand, you want to use the left, feel free, but usually it's the right hand we use to close and open the nostrils. And the thumb of the right hand is used to close the right nostril when we want. Then the ring finger and the index finger are used to close the left, which means that these two we have to get out of the way by folding down this way. So you can start this way, folding down, and then get this to meet the thumb to meet the ring finger. So that when you put it here, you have to squeeze when you want to close. Okay. So the thumb closes the right, the ring finger and the little finger closes the left, and the other two, the middle and the index finger, are folded out of the way. fold into the palm. Okay. So first put the hands, fingers on the nose, but leave them open. Let's prepare by first inhaling and exhale. Inhale again. Exhale again. Now inhale, close the right, exhale to the left. Now inhale left for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close both and retain the breath. Open the right, exhale to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale to the right for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close and retain the breath. Open the left, exhale to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Left inhale to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close and retain the breath. Open right, exhale to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right inhale to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close and retain the breath. Exhale left to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Left inhale to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close and retain the breath. Left exhale to 8. 1, 2, 3. No, right exhale to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close and retain. Left exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you can drop your hands and return your breathing to normal. Now this pose is this particular breathing exercise is very relaxing and calming. Unlike Kapalabhati, where we say don't overdo it because of the tendency to hyperventilate. This one you can do any number of rounds you feel comfortable doing, depending on how much time you have. It makes you calm down. There's no danger in the alternate nostril breathing. You cannot overdo this one. The other one, yes, you can overdo if you do too much. Okay, now let's lie down on the mat and relax in Savasana before we now go to the Asana segment. Lie on your back. With time, we'll be introducing other breathing exercises, but let's stick to these two that we've been doing and which is the most common in many yoga classes. And as time goes on, we'll be introducing other pranayama exercises. Okay, bring your feet together. Stretch your hands over the mat, over your head on the mat, and give your body a long stretch. And then stand up, and we'll start the Asana segment with Surya Namaskar. I'll turn my mat sideways as usual so you can see part of the front and part of the side. Okay? And because we spent more time revising the breathing, we'll have a kind of shortened asana segment. Ready? Okay. So let's start by limbering up before getting to the Surya Namaskar proper. And we'll start by putting the arms out in front at shoulder level with the palms facing down. Then rotate the arms so that the back of the hands are against each other. The elbows straight out. Maintain that stretch of the arms and sweep back. And clasp your hands together, the palms pressing tightly against each other, the elbows straight and arms away from the body. Pull it up and find the point where you can hold it. Feel that stretch traveling the whole length of the arms, the shoulders, and the chest. But keep the elbows straight and away from the body. Keep the head up and keep breathing. Now let's bend from the waist and bring the body to a horizontal position. The head is up. The back is flat like a table so somebody can actually write on it, and then the arms are pulling up as if you're trying to bring them over the head. Keep the head up, the back flat. Maintain that tension in the arms and feel the arms tightening. The shoulder blades are exercising, the shoulders, the chest. The arms are pulling up. Pretend they're going to come over the head someday, not today, but just pull in that direction and hold where you feel comfortable. Remember, always listen to the body. Now let's go down, take the chest. Let's pretend the chest is going to flatten itself against the thighs and the arms are going to come over. The neck is relaxed. I'm not trying to get my head to touch anything. It's my chest I'm trying to get to touch the thighs, and the arms I'm trying to get them to come over. The palms are still pressing tightly against each other. The head is hanging on its own weight. Now release the hands and bring them down and fold them under the head. The left palm against the right elbow and vice versa. Just below the head. Let it hang there. The chest is still pushing towards the thighs. Now release the hands and let them hang loose. And then gently unwind to a standing position. Roll your shoulders, shake your arms out and roll your shoulders. And now, let's do Surya Namaskar with extension into the plank, the warrior, and hip openers. Okay, ready? Inhale. As you exhale, bring the palms together in the prayer position. Inhaling, stretch your arms up and bend back, turning your chest to face the ceiling. Exhaling, you bend from the waist and bring the fingers on both sides of the legs in line with the toes. If you need to bend your knees to reach the floor, do so. If you can keep the knees straight, that's good. Inhaling, take the right leg all the way back. Put it on the floor. Right knee on the floor. Point the right toes away. Head up and flatten the right thigh towards the floor, bending the back. Retain the breath as the left leg goes back to meet the right and the body straight in the plank. Then exhale as you drop your knees. Bring your chest down between the hands. As you inhale, slide into the cobra, tummy on the floor, chest up. Keep the thighs pressed on the floor, the chin pointing to the ceiling, the elbows close to the body, the shoulders away from the ears down. Exhaling, spring up into the inverted V position, pushing your heels away from you and stretching your shoulders.
Inhaling, bring the right leg forward between the hands. Drop your left knee, point the toes away, flatten the left thigh towards the mat. Raise your head up and bend your back. Exhaling, take the left leg forward to meet the right. Inhaling, stretch up and bend back, turning your chest to face the ceiling again. Exhaling, hands down by your sides. Inhale, prayer position, exhale. Inhaling, stretch up, bend back, chest face the ceiling. Exhaling, bend from the waist and bring your fingers in line with the toes. Inhaling, take the left leg back, all the way back. Then drop your knee, flatten the toes, and flatten your right thigh towards the floor. Head up as you bend the back. Retain the breath as the right leg goes back to meet the left. Body straight in the plank. Exhale, drop your knees and bring your chest down between the hands. The hips are off the floor. Inhaling, slide onto your tummy and then raise your chest up into the cobra. Drop your shoulders. Exhaling, inverted V, pushing the heels away, stretch your shoulders. Inhaling, bring the left leg forward between the hands. Drop your right knee, flatten your right thigh, head up and bend the back. Exhaling, the right leg comes forward to meet the left. Inhaling, you stretch up, bend back. Exhaling, hands down by your sides. Okay, normal rate now, we move a little faster. So inhale, exhale and prayer position. Inhale and bend back. Exhale and bend forward. Inhale and right back. Retain the breath and left back. Exhale and chest down. Inhale and cobra. Exhale, inverted V. Inhale, right leg forward. Exhale, left leg forward. Inhale and stretch back. Exhale and hands down by your sides. Inhale, prayer position, exhale. Inhale and stretch back. Exhale and bend forward. Inhale and left back. Retain and right back. Exhale and chest down. Inhale and cobra. Exhale, inverted V. Inhale and left forward. Exhale and right forward. Inhale and stretch back. Exhale and hands down. Okay, before we do the other one that we're now going to the plank holding, let me make a comment I always forget every day, but let me make it today. It's never too late. With the breathing in Surya Namaskar, we always say inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Surya Namaskar is done with the breathing, and you notice that we always inhale when we are opening up and exhale when we are folding. Now, when we say inhale, bend forward, it's not inhale and start bending forward. Keep inhaling as you exhale and bend forward. Keep exhaling as you bend forward. You time your exhalation so that it will finish when you start finishing. For example, look at this. Inhale and bend back. I'm inhaling. Now I stop inhaling when I stop. Exhale and bend forward means start exhaling and continue exhaling. Continue exhaling until you go down there. So you have to not inhale and then move, or move and inhale. No, you have to be inhaling as you're moving into the pose. Okay, so inhale and stretch back means I'm inhaling, I continue to inhale until I get to this point. Then I start exhaling, continue exhaling, control the exhalation, which will then determine the speed at which you move. And I start inhaling, I'm inhaling, I keep inhaling while I'm moving into this, and I stop inhaling when I reach here. Retain the breath, we retain the breath at this point, then we start exhaling, we continue exhaling while we're going into this one, and we finish exhaling when we come there. We start inhaling for the cobra and continue inhaling, and continue until I get here, then I finish inhaling there. Start exhaling, 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 finish when I get there. Okay, you get the gist. So let's do this one now, and now go into the variations for the plank and then the warrior. Ready? Okay, good. So inhale, exhale, prayer position. Good. Inhale and stretch back means keep inhaling, and you finish inhaling when you get to that point. Exhale and bend forward means keep exhaling, 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 and you reach here. Inhale and stretch back. Put your knee on the floor, inhaling, and you finish inhaling here. Retain the breath and then take the left step to meet the right. Now hold the pose there. This is where we hold the pose and do the plank. Keep breathing normally. And then take your right leg up behind you. Right leg up. You're breathing normally. Then the right leg comes down. Then take the left leg up, breathing normally. And left leg comes down. Inhale. Now exhale, drop your knees and bring your chest down between the hands. We continue with Surya Namaskar. Inhale into the cobra. Exhale, inverted V. Inhale, right leg comes forward between the hands. Exhale, left leg comes forward between the hands. Inhale, stretch back, inhaling, inhaling. You feel it here. Exhale, hands down by your sides. Inhale, we're going to do the left side, right? Inhale, prayer position, exhale. Inhaling, stretch back. Exhaling, come forward. Left back on the inhalation. Right back, retain the breath. Exhaling, bring your chest down. Inhaling, come up into the cobra. Exhaling, inverted V. Now hold it there, stretch. Now inhaling, take your right leg up to the ceiling behind you, stretch up, inhale deeply. Okay, as you exhale, bring the right leg down and lunge forward between the hands. The left knee remains straight. The right leg is now in front between the hands. We flatten the left foot on the mat. And then we rise up into warrior. So start coming up. You may hold your knee if it helps you, but come up now. Keep that thigh as close to horizontal as you feel comfortable going. Listen to your body. Some people may just go this far, others may go this way, but find your own comfort point. The ideal is for this to be horizontal. It doesn't have to be today. Just find your own comfort point. This one is straight. Then take your hands up and keep breathing. Look up between the hands. Okay, now bring the hands down. Take the right hand in front, the left hand behind. There's a tendency for the body to lean forward. No, don't let it lean forward. Keep it still at the center. The hands are out that way. Straight out, elbows straight. Right in front, left behind. You're looking at the back of the right. Okay, now let's come down. Bring the hands back down on both sides of the right leg. Drop your left knee. Head up, inhale. Retain the breath, take the right leg back to meet the left. Exhale, come down to the cobra. No, come down to the, inhale into the cobra, sorry, I got it mixed up. Exhale, inverted V, stretch. Inhaling, take your left leg up behind you, towards the ceiling, stretch it up. And then bring it down as you exhale, and lunge forward, bring it between the hands. The right knee remains straight. Flatten the right foot. And now as you inhale, come up into warrior. Come up. Hands up. Look up between the hands. Bring the hands down. The left hand goes front, right hand goes back. And you're looking at the back of the left hand. Remember the left knee is bent. The right knee is straight. Okay, now let's come down. Put your hands back down on both sides of the left leg. Head up. Inhale. Now as you exhale, let the right leg come forward and meet the left. We're coming back into Surya Namaskar. Because we took the left leg back, we have to come back forward first. Now stretch up, bend back. Exhale, hands down. Okay, ready? Let's do one more where we now try to work on hip opening. Inhale, prayer position, exhale. Inhale and stretch back. Bend forward as you exhale. Right back as you inhale. Left back to meet the right, retain the breath. Chest down, exhale. Cobra, inhale. Inverted V, exhale. Now take the right leg up to the ceiling, stretch it up. As you exhale, bring it down and lunge forward. Keep the left knee straight. Then flatten the left foot on the mat. Okay, take the right hand and bring it on the inside of the right foot. Then take the left leg up and turn and look up to that left hand. Not left leg, but left hand up. Look at it. Feel the right hip opening. Okay, let's open it some more. Bring the left hand down. Now interlace your hands behind you. Press the palms firmly. Lock the elbows straight and then lean forward and bring your body down. Keep pushing forward and the arms coming up. Feel that hip opening more. Pretend that that head is going to touch the big toe. So you get that stretch in the thigh and the right hip. Feel it. But go only as far as you feel comfortable going. Listen to your body. Find that point and hold it there. Keep breathing. And now put the palms down. Drop your left knee. Head up, inhale. Exhaling, bring the left forward to meet the right. Inhaling, stretch up and bend back. Exhaling, hands down by your sides. Good, we have to do it on the other side too. So inhale, prayer position, Exhale. Inhale and stretch back. Exhale and bend forward. Left leg goes back as you inhale. Return and take the right back, body straight in the plank. Exhale, bring the chest down. Inhale, come up in the cobra. Inverted V as you exhale. Take the left leg up behind you. Stretch up as you inhale deeply. And then as you exhale, bring it down and lunge forward between the hands. Hold the left knee straight. Then flatten the left foot on the mat. Bring the left hand inside of the left leg. And take the right hand up and turn and look at the right hand. Keep breathing. Bring the right hand down to meet the left. Then interlace your hands beside you, clasp them firmly. And then lean forward and push your body down. Pretend your forehead is going to the big toe. Your arms are going up to the ceiling. Pretend it's going to come over the head. Find your comfort point, hold it there and keep breathing. Focus on that stretch in the left hip. Then put your palms down on both sides of the left leg. Drop your right knee, head up. Inhale. Exhale, the right comes forward to meet the left. Inhale, stretch up and bend back. Exhale, hands down by your sides. Good. Shake out your arms. Stand quietly. Allow the feet to separate. Comfortable distance. Allow the arms to hang loose with the palms facing front. And close the eyes and observe the breathing. What we practiced earlier today, try to slow down the out breath, control it, going out completely. Relax and let the in breath rush in, and when it rushes, it can now help it going. But emphasis is on expelling as much air as possible when you exhale. The in-breath takes care of itself. You don't need to do much for that. Which is the reverse of what happens with breathing. We normally try to focus on the in-breath and let the out-breath take care of it. This time I want to focus on the out-breath and let the in-breath take care of itself. Good. Okay, bring your feet together. Like I said, because we spent a lot of time on the breathing revision, we're going to have less time for this, the asana segment. So let's do a forward bending, standing up, a backward bend, standing up, and then we'll do the triangle and close. So stand with your feet together. Start by putting your hands on your knees, like this. Your hands on your knees. Now keep the back straight. Now allow the elbows to bend and let the body come down to a horizontal position. Allow the elbows to bend. Gauge that point when the body is horizontal. Keep the head up. Find that point when the body is horizontal. You can feel it yourself. When the back is flat, like a table, head up. Keep breathing. If you lean forward a little, you feel a mild stretch in the back of the legs. Feel a mild stretch in the back of the legs. Keep breathing. Now allow the hands to slide down. Keep the body where it is. Allow the hands to slide down the lowest it can reach. Find the lowest your arms can reach on your leg. When you get to that point, take the hands to the back of the legs with the fingers pointing down.
Now hold firmly on the legs, fingers pointing down, and now use that grip to pull the chest forward towards the thighs. The tummy may come in between to disturb you. You may draw the tummy in, but pull down. The emphasis is on the chest going to the thigh, or in the direction of the thigh. Not the head going to the knee, no, the chest going in the direction of the thigh is what I want you to emphasize. When you get to the maximum where your tummy will allow you to go, then relax the neck and let the head drop on its own weight. The head is not going anywhere, just dropping on its own weight. Emphasis on the chest pushing forward. Pull the tummy in to allow you to go as far as you can. Then hold it there, feel the stretch in the back of the legs. Keep the knees straight. Keep breathing.
Now gently come up. Unwind to a standing position. Good. Now let's do the triangle. Stand sideways on your mat, feet apart. Turn the right leg out and the left leg in, and the chest is back to the front. Take your right hand up with the palm facing the head, upper arm against the left ear. The right hand is resting lightly on the right leg, and the right hand starts sliding down and the left hand starts coming over towards the right. Pretend that it's going to go to a horizontal position. Maybe not today, but that's the direction you want to go. Maybe one day together. But just go as far down as you can. Take your right hand, and the left comes as far towards horizontal as you feel comfortable going today. Keep both knees straight and feel the stretch inside the right thigh. And make sure the left shoulder is pushing back, not forward. So it remains open. The chest is open. Keep breathing. And now let's come up with control and drop the left hand. Good. The other side. Turn the left leg out, the right leg in, and chest is back to front. Right hand up. The palm is facing the head. Left hand is resting on the left thigh, and the left hand starts sliding down, the right going over towards the left. As far as you feel comfortable going, the chest is open, the right shoulder is pushing back, not forward. Hold it there and breathe. Now let's come up. Drop your hand, right hand. Now we can relax. So lie down, the corpse pose. Your feet a comfortable distance apart. Your palms a comfortable distance from the body. And your eyes are gently closed. And now let's start again from the toes. Focus attention on the toes.
Feel the toes relaxing. As you move the attention over the feet to the ankles. Then up the legs to the knees. You check the sides and you check the back of the knees. And then start going up the thighs. To the hips. First check the buttocks. Then come over to the pelvis. And then move to the lower abdomen. And start moving up over the tummy. Get to the upper abdomen and bring the attention to the navel. Then wrap around to the lower back and close in from both sides to the middle. Then we'll get to the tip of the tailbone. From there we'll go up the spine, slowly. When you get to the upper back, you bring the attention to the shoulder blades. Go sideways into the armpits. Come down the sides, then up the rib cage to the chest. Closing in from both sides to the middle. Then bring it to the point between the breasts. We go sideways onto the breasts, then up to the shoulders. Down the upper arms to the elbows. Down the lower arms to the wrists. Over the palms to the fingers. The tips of the fingers and the back of the hands. Up through the wrists, elbows and shoulders to the back of the neck. Wrap around to the throat. Over the chin, the jaws and the lips. To the cheeks, from where we explore the face. Come to the tip of the nose, then go over the bridge of the nose to the eyes. Check the eyeballs, the eyelids, and the eyebrows. And then to the forehead, to the top of the head. And the body is now completely relaxed. And the attention moves to the breathing. Let's become aware. Feel the contact of each breath with the lining of the nostrils going in and coming out. And also notice the small pause between the out breath and the next in breath. And also between the in breath and the out breath, notice a small pause, small stoppage in breathing. With the focus on the breathing becomes very relaxed and calm. And it takes the mind with it, the mind becomes relaxed and calm. And now that the mind is calm, let's visualize ourselves lying in the middle of infinite space. And feel our body merging with the space around us.
And then let's add to that visual image of space a lake just beyond the legs. Visualize a lake just beyond our legs. So we're lying beside a lake. And the surface of the lake is very calm. By keeping our attention on that surface of the lake, the mind imitates the calmness of the surface. So the already calm mind becomes even calmer, more relaxed. Now let's add the moon to that visual image. Let's visualize the moon rising from the other side of the lake, coming in our direction, coming across the lake towards us. It keeps moving until it gets directly overhead, and it stays there. It stops moving when it's directly overhead. And we become aware of the soft rays of the moon around us, and we feel soothed by those soft rays. Now we notice the ray in the center, in the middle, slowly becoming brighter than all the other rays. And this ray in the middle goes straight from the moon to the point within the eyebrows. It starts getting brighter than the other rays, until it becomes very bright and looks almost like a thread, like a white thread. We feel energy flowing through that bright single ray. Energy from the universe is drawing and flowing into the body. You can almost feel the contact. It's as if something is touching us at that point. As this charge of energy flows in to the body from that point, then radiates to the rest of the body. Awareness on that single bright ray and the energy flowing through it into the body. And now that ray starts becoming dim, starts dimming out slowly until it dims out completely and becomes just like the other rays, soft, soothing rays all around us. Now the moon continues its journey going towards the back of the head until it eventually disappears. We don't see it again. With that, we bring the attention back to the breathing, this time focusing on the gentle movement of the chest with the breathing. Now let the awareness move from the chest to the shoulders, then down to the elbows and to the wrists. And move from the wrists into the palms and to the fingers. Gently wiggle your fingers and gently wiggle your toes. Keep the eyes closed. Eyes remain closed as you gently bring the feet together. Stretch your hands over your head and give your body a gentle stretch. Roll onto the right side, allow the knees to bend, and then push up to a sitting position and sit quietly with the eyes still closed. Mentally observe how relaxed your body is and how calm your mind is. And affirm to yourself that when you need to relax, you have full control to bring yourself to this level of relaxation. With that, the palms go over the face, fingers in the hairline. Stroke the fingers down. When they pass the eyes, allow the eyes to open, marking the end of the session. Om Shanti.